Hi, everybody. First of all, I want to actually just say welcome. This is Cameshia Reviews. And we're going to talk about Ready to Love. We are back at it again. Ready to Love is back. Yes. Okay. This is going to be like the breakdown. I noticed how I did stuff with like the Halloween movies and how I kind of just broken down, talked about it. Oh yeah, you see my Christmas happy holidays. Anyway, make sure you comment and like and subscribe. I'm recording this video, so I hope you guys enjoy. Okay. So anyway, what I want to talk about is the ladies. I feel like the ladies got some negative comments, commentary, attention, whatever you want to say, from different people in comments. I didn't have much in mind. One thing about Simone. So most of it went to the point of when Simone um happened to see Jay and Winter. Okay, that's one. Uh the other one, and the whole situation with Calfani, Adriana, that whole thing. Okay. That is another thing that people have had said, a few things about that situation. And this is what I want to talk about when I say break it down, I want to break this down is this, okay. Women should be allowed, I feel like, to express themselves. And of course, with everything, there's a reaction. You have to deal with consequences, right? Now, let's go, for instance, Simone, who is actually a lawyer. Her job is to know things, um, not solve cases. I'm sorry, like convince a jury, jurors, or judge, whatever, to go her way for her client. Okay, she's trying to fight for her client or whatever. Whatever it is she's doing. Okay, which fine for a client, a company, whatever. So her mind, she needs to know things. She automatically probably just does it. I feel like. I don't feel like she goes around saying, I'm looking for some things to talk about so I can get somebody in trouble. Now, a lot of people may come at me and be negative and say, oh, whatever, whatever. I'm saying this myself. Cameshia Reviews, I just don't think it was like maliciously she was trying to. Whatever. Now, Shay, mm, that's different. And I'm if you look at the actions on the video, if you could look at the actions that's actually on the video, like seriously, Shay seemed like she was trying to, stir the pot, find the tea, and all that kind of thing. But what I feel like, as far as Simone, she just, happened to be whatever. And even when she brought it to Jay's attention, it wasn't like, oh, you went, which I was. She was like, to have a good conversation. Now, people may say it might be petty, that she brought it up at the time. He's sitting there with Joy, but this is the thing about when I said breakdown part. Okay, you are in a house with other women. You guys are actually trying to vie for a certain male's attention, whatever. Okay, however many women are in there, you can't sit back and not react or not do anything, especially if you do like this guy. Now, I'm not saying that her doing that would make Jay like her more, because he obviously didn't like that. But as a woman, even if you're in a situation where you are dating different men and trying to get to know, when you want to be 100%, keep it real as far as who you are as a person. So if you saw this happen to you anywhere else outside of this situation, you would still say, I saw you guys talking. What's good? Because as it stands, as he sits with Joy and with her and Winter, I think she's just, in that moment. Now, there is a scene for the next episode, and Winter is actually questioning her about this. Like, I heard about it, and I'm pretty sure it's like, why would you put it or insinuate that something happened more than a conversation? Now, that is a risk that you take if you are going to ask a question such as that. And I'm gonna say this: as the person that I am, I have always been that type of person to ask a question or be intuitive or whatever, just say it. Um, whatever the consequences, I put myself out there like, yo, what happened? I mean, what's going on? I mean, blah, blah, whatever. I've always been that way. And honestly, it's been positive sometimes and it's been negative. Like, seriously, so I say that you stand in it, whatever you're gonna do. And I feel like that is exactly what Simone was doing. She saw it and she questioned it. Now, every person is different. I don't know. Well, like I said, I don't know if every woman, of course, everybody's different, would ask in front of Joy. I don't know what I would have done. That may have been the opportunity. She just said, "Let me just do it." I can't speak for her, but people were like, one person in my comments said, "The Simone is my favorite. She's my favorite, but I don't understand why she did that. Why she, asked Jay that question. But she's my favorite." I was like, interesting, very interesting. Now, Jay had all the attitude in the world with the situation, but for people to come, and I'm not saying that it's all negative comments, but women are questioning Simone and why she said that. And I'm just like, let's look at it a little bit deeper. What would you do if you was in that situation? You're dating, I guess you could say you're dating these different individuals, and the guy or person that you're interested in is talking to other people, which is how you date, obviously. But when something pops up, you're like, oh, okay, what's going on? Is what happened? Did I have a good time? I don't know why I see it as that's the way I see it. I didn't see it as like she came through and was like, I saw you two. Y'all was in there and nobody, she didn't dress it up, to be like, ooh, and all that. I don't know. Okay. I say, honestly, if you are dating, trying to get someone's attention, trying to find out what's happening, you're going to have to do that. The time is limited, and I understand the fact that the men are the one that's the deciding factor as far as who goes home. And speaking of that, the Calfani situation. Now, I don't fault Calfani for walking off with Adriana and all the things that was happening with the couch and the cuddle, and La Mama just got mad. And I talked about this in my last live, but this is what I want to kind of dig into a little bit. Black women get this title of being an aggressive person, somebody who's gonna pop off when something is going on or whatever, right? She's a very assertive woman, and sometimes that is confused with being, oh, she's aggressive. And to me, you could be both. But my thing is this: a woman that knows what she wants, saying, "I want this man. This is who I want to be with." Okay, we're vibing, whatever. Y'all women, y'all can't touch me, or whatever it is. The only problem with that is that there are other women in the house as well, and they're still the very beginning stages of the situation. And to stake a claim or assume that this guy is not going to be interested in anyone else in this early in the situation, I would feel like it's too much myself. But I know that I am an aggressive person, especially when I used to really be out there and I date or have with a guy or whatever, I didn't back down. So I say all that to say that the negative comments that they're saying about her, because the fact that she is staking her claim on Calfani and being aggressive, I understand both parts. That it looks like that she is digging too deep. What I mean by that is you guys are having these great deep conversations, but why aren't you assuming he's also having these conversations with other women? Maybe different topics, maybe different genres, who knows? But you have to assume that it's not just you. A guy that great, and I'm just saying as she's looking at it, it's not going to be easy to just hold to yourself in a situation like this, even outside of this bubble that has been created. It would still be hard. What I mean by that is, he's great. Do you think you're the only one that thinks that? And so I kind of hate the fact that the women was kind of going a little bit back and forth, because she was like, look, I'm going to go ahead and go after him. And he didn't have a problem with it. If he had a problem with it and Adriana was coming after him, he was like, look, I'm talking to her. No. Then that would be a situation that's completely different. But that's not what happened. When they were on the couch together, they was all cuddled up. He was like, yeah, I like that. There was nothing to give us or anyone else any reason to think that he did not enjoy or did not want her attention. Now, see, with the next week episode, I am seriously, when the men get together and have their conversations, which they did not show us, my fear is she'll be one of the topics. Now, I'm hoping that they won't, let her go. Maybe they'll do like a little Rashid thing where, yes, you're in the bottom two. We're talking to you, having a conversation. But when I saw her sitting there with, I think it was, he was sitting there with her having, I guess all the guys have said either she's in the bottom two, she needs to go home, or try to tell her to chill out. She was like, I know what it is. I'm like, whoa, see, you can't always be like that, is what I'm trying to say. And I'm only talking about because I saw the preview, and of course I didn't see the whole thing, so I can't say that's, but it seems like every time the camera is on her, it's always like, woof, you know. And I know she probably to the softer side. She ran track. You're an athlete. You do have a certain type of way that you are. But I'm like, come on back. Come on back. Okay. Period. Okay. So now, the whole thing with Simone, we go back to that real quick. People saying that she was wrong. Now, you guys drop in my comments and you let me know. Do you think that Simone was wrong by telling Jay this or questioning? Even though this is a dating environment and you're trying to find out what's going on, what's happening, should she have waited for Joy to not be there, a private moment? Okay. Now let's get into Shay. Now somebody dropped in my comments and said that Shay was from another reality show, another dating reality show. I don't know about that. But I will say this. And I said this in my last live, girl. I understand you want to date because she didn't like the whole thing with Chef and the story time and all that. Feel how you feel. I'm not tripping. But you are running behind, worrying about Aisha and what they doing and all this. Focus on you, honey. Period. Okay? That's all I'm saying. So, I want to break down those two situations as far as Simone and what happened with Kalfani and everything, because those are the couples in this, well, the situations that have been talked about in social media right now as far as Ready to Love. Because that was, I mean, it was something. And when I seen Simone do it, and I was just like, girl, I know they're gonna say something about it. I didn't look at her funny, and I maybe it was because of the fact that as a lawyer, how she represented it. She didn't come through with the craziness. She didn't dress it up. She didn't make it seem like I mean, she said what she said. Okay, and I think Jay was more delivery. I'm trying to see. I guess I think Jay was more upset that it was said in front of Joy than anything else. I think that if Jay and her was by themselves, I don't think he would have been as upset. Now he would have been trying to do all that. Ooh, this is what I'm doing. We date, we get to know each other. I know you feel this way or whatever, whatever. But the fact that she said it, and to be real, to be honest, if Simone would have said this to Joy, well, I don't know if it would have mattered because Joy said she believed what Jay said, and I don't think Simone was really trying to stir the pot, like stir it up. But I do believe that it was a conversation. I don't think that I wasn't there, obviously. I don't think that Winter and him, I just think it was a conversation. But even with, let's say this, it didn't have to mean that they were doing anything. I may have been upset that it was an intimate conversation with the door closed and nobody else was around. It had nothing to do with you guys being intimate physically. Intimacy is intimacy. But it was dressed up to, because I'm pretty sure once it got back to Winter, it was probably said, "Oh, she said that you guys are." So we'll have to see in the next week's episode. But I just wanted to do a breakdown after because I know that next week's episode is going to continue this thing situation that's happened. Is going to be probably a small explosion because when I seen Simone crying, this is what I'm trying to tell you guys. What I feel like genuinely, I do not think she meant it in a negative way, and I think that when Winter question her about it as if she would do it in a negative way, I think that it really bothered her. Now, this is my opinion. If you haven't seen the clips or anything, I'll find it and post on because they have it on YouTube, posted on my wall on YouTube. But anyway, thank you guys for checking me out. Do you like my whole thing here? Okay. You see, I got I go, oh, here we go. Periscope, YouTube, Instagram. Look, okay, it's over here. It's over here. It's over here. Thank you guys, and shout out to my moderators. I know that this time I'm not live. This is something new that I'm trying, that where I'm able to do recordings and upload. I upload videos from my phone, do all kind of stuff. So I'm just trying different stuff out. Plus, I wanted to also test my decorum. All right. Anyway, guys, thank you guys for stopping by, and let me go ahead because I don't want to have it in here anywhere, so I just dropped a little quick. Real quick. All right, guys. When you see, that's all, folks.